Hey everyone, EMC here. Welcome back to Persona 5. Now, I actually did check my message here, and this is Ryuji wanting help studying for exams. I highly doubt helping him, the three knowledge we'll get from helping him will actually rank us up. So, with that in mind, we're going. That's the wrong button. We're going to go what I was thinking the end of last episode. We're going to go start the social link with our speech-giving man over here. And I'm sort of tempted to buy a lottery ticket, but I don't think it's worth it, to be honest.
Please consider what
And this is the same thing as we've read twice now already. Same thing. Same thing. Same thing. You're listening quite attentively. Are you interested in politics? Yes, we've had this conversation twice now. You a student? Delighted to captivate the interest of someone so young. Yes. Have I seen you before? Yes. This is the third time we've spoken here, and you've also seen me twice at the beef bowl shop. Congratulations! Yes, you were working there before. Oh! A lot of perseverance for a young person, or I have a lot of perseverance for a young person. That makes more sense.
If you'd like.
Well, if you're interested, I could use your help. I want to change the state of this country, and to do so, I need the power of the youth. However, due to certain regulations, I can't offer a job to a student. I was thinking you could learn some things if you could choose to attend a few of my speeches, though. I'd be glad to. Really? That would be helpful indeed. Well then, would you mind telling me your name and contact information? Sure, person I've just met. I don't even know your name. You're a student from Shujin Academy, Oh, it's nice to meet you. I'm Toranosuke Yoshida. I used to be a member of the Diet, but no longer. Now, a member of the Diet is referring to the Japanese government, I guess you could say. It's like being it's a political position. I don't know all the details, but it's effectively it's a political position. There you go. Past 20 years, I've lost 7 straight elections. Oh wow, but you keep persevering, man. You said I have perseverance for a young person. Jesus, this isn't good. I'm dwelling on the negative right before my speech.
Very well.
Well then. I hope I can count on your Well, I was going to read that as your immediate help, but your help immediately also kind of works the same way.
Everyone.
Oh, it's not entirely voiced. Okay, the lines of what is considered right and wrong in society today have been blurred. I have no idea what the sign I'm holding says. If anybody knows what that sign says that I'm holding, please weigh in the comments and let me know. Would definitely be interested in learning that. Whoa, thank you, Thunder. I wonder if that picked up. That was kind of loud and rumbling. With common sense no longer our guide, we make decisions based on our selfish wants and desires. That is a unfortunately true claim. Even where I live, common sense seems to literally have vanished, or like within the past 10 years. It is ridiculous, but that's for different reasons entirely that I say this. This has resulted in a deluge of self-centered people, I'm not sure if I'm reading that right, who delight in taking advantage of the weak.
However,
even in this modern day and age, it is imperative that we act in the best interests of all. A world where it is acceptable to trample on the rights of the others for your own benefits. A world where the young exist only to be exploited is a world that must be changed. And I actually agree. And not just the young to be exploited, but just everyone. Exploiting others is not a way to, should not be the way to exceed or excel, is what I'm meaning to say. Easy for him to say. Old-timers like me have our hands full taking care of ourselves. He's actually making some good points, but he's a no-name. He probably won't get too far. Well, you know what? This no-name can get a lot farther if people like you would actually support him. Nothing's going to change. We'll just keep getting exploited. Well, if you bring this to... If more people understand what he's saying, then it will possibly start happening less. That's how change starts. It starts slow. What's this wannabe politician oh my god, blathering? Really blathering? He's even affiliated with... He isn't even affiliated with a party. How about you just leave matters of state to capable hands, or in the capable hands of the Liberal Co-Prosperity Party? You mustn't base your decisions on whom to support merely according to the party they belong to. That is actually a very true statement as well. Just shut up already. You're just a washed-up politician. Yeah, you should really base your decisions on what people are saying and not who they're representing or who represents them. If the message is, you know, if their point in message is clear and you know, clearly one thing, then it shouldn't matter who represents them, or it shouldn't matter as much so long as what they're saying actually comes to pass. That is the point behind it, right? That's a whole can of worms I actually don't really want to open, so, oh my god, I don't know what I've just done. If I'm chosen to represent the will of the people, then I am fully prepared to... In the best interests of all? Ha! Thank you, Grim-Faced Man. Save the blathering for when you get elected, if you get elected. That was kind of not so great. That's all for today. Thank you, Thunder. I'm wondering how much of that is actually getting picked up, if any. Well, what did you think of my speech? The best interest of all. I don't remember much of it. Well, the heckling. The best interests of all. Yeah, let's... We definitely do want to encourage this guy. For his own gains and for ours as well, actually. Indeed, you do feel the same. Or do you feel the same, is what I should be saying. Such as I am, I like to believe that I'm capable of giving a moving speech. However, there are times, like today, when the audience has a difference of opinion on the topic. Some feel I should concentrate on getting elected before I worry about others. Do you agree? No. You won't get elected. No, well, he honestly, unfortunately, he probably won't, but that's less to do with him and more to do with society and how the people view him. But no, I don't agree with him. He does have my support, because if you worry about others... This is, again, going into the whole political worms thing, but I don't really want to get into too deeply. But if you start worrying about others and people see that your concern is their well-being and what they're going through, they're more likely to support you if you continue to prove that you're trying to help, that you're trying to make things better for all. So the best interest for them then becomes you, like, you know, moving forward and getting more recognition and whatnot. So no, wait to be elected is one thing. People who wait to be elected are the people who get elected and then don't follow through on their promises.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's encouraging to know that my message has won you over. Or I was about to say wasn't wasted on you, but that's actually also kind of true. Besides, I've grown quite accustomed to those types of reactions. Been doing this for a while, huh?
No.
Although, I don't know if that is necessarily a good thing. Yeah. Yeah, when you get jaded to bad things happening, it usually means they happen a lot. Regardless, no matter what they say, I must continue on. I think I can a lot of learn. Well, I can a lot of learn by listening to Yoshida's speeches.
Well then, I shall see
Perhaps
you
I'll
again
ask you
soon.
your impressions sometime, because reading, speaking, and me just out the fucking window, just completely out the window. Oh my god. I'd say I'm sorry, guys, but at this point I'm really not. It's just, it's me. Did Kamoshida have a psychotic breakdown? You could sort of look at that GTFO with that shit. LOL. What? I just saw that at the bottom as it was moving by. That's hilarious. Wow. Oh man. Shoot, I haven't studied at all. Yeah. Oh dear Christ, we're going into exams. Have you heard what's happened since then? I'm not sure what's happened since then. This sucks. I pulled an all-nighter last night. Yeah. I bet Ryuji didn't. He wasn't. I wasn't there to study with him. He probably didn't study. Really? Did you get? What are we? What are these even? Like, what are these even? They're just like random things back and forth here.
Well, shall we begin?
Now then, let the first day of exams begin. All right. So these are how the exams are basically are handled in from Persona 3 on, as far as I know. Okay. So we're going to be asked a few questions over these days that pertain to the questions we've been asked up to this point, or at least in the section sort of this point there, and our answers will dictate our marks overall. And so we want to be getting as high as we can, because apparently to be an honest student means to get the highest in your class. I honestly don't really think it makes a difference, but we've already been asked this. Biology? I guess because he's a biology teacher. But so biology is telling us to choose the right thing here. And I already know this, that... oh wait, hold on a second. The question is being asked differently. What is it being saying? Although the line connects A to C, it looks like it leads to B instead. What is this phenomenon called? It's called an optical illusion. A mirage is something different. This is an optical illusion.
Ooh, we can do this.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Means that was in fact correct. Hey, it's raining outside. Okay, let's see. An essay question. This looks tough, but let's calm down and think it through. What is the reason why people will see the same thing differently? Oh, it's how they see things differently. It's probably has to do with this kind of information. Auditory information, personal information, visual information. I'm pretty sure visual information, not personal, because that doesn't make sense. Right, how you see things is visual information. So what you take from visual information, or what takes visual information from your eyes and process it? Yeah, it's the brain. The stomach? Seriously? Although some people do tend to think with their stomach. Right. The brain processes visual information, so the reason why people see things differently is cognition. It's almost like they're trying to bring home the point of cognition and how important it is in this game. They have different cognitions. How the brain interprets the same visual data, how one perceives the world differs from person to person. Oh, this sounds pretty good. There's our essay.
Ahem.
Alright, put down your pen and pencils. Hands on your desk. And I just sit there continuing to write away, even though I've already finished in time, I've been told. So yeah, we do nothing on these days. It just goes day to day to day. And Saturday will be the last day of exams there. So each day we'll have 1 or 2 questions, and then the final day,
Let's get started.
instead of actually being asked a question, it's based solely off of your knowledge skill itself, I believe. So it's the second day of exams. You may begin. Which I'm glad I'm getting this question now, because I remember this because it's the same recording session as when it was asked in class. The other ones are just from memory from before, but this one's actually fresh in my mind, which is very nice. Which of the following expressions came from the name of the position Minamoto no Yoshitsune? Oh, Yoshitsune held. Oh yeah, it's this. Domineering husband, hot pot attendant, are you freaking? I don't even know what a braggart is, but these are just stupid. Oh my god. So yeah, it's the magistrate's patronage. That's where the question originally was in class. The magistrate's patronage, where did it come from? Who did it come from? So it's this. Yes, it does sound right. What is the origin? The English word talent. This I actually do remember. It was currency. It was the name of a sum of currency, and people were rewarded with this for being good at what they're doing and whatnot there. So having talent meant you were good at what it was you're doing, which is the currency eventually became this. That's what they were talking about in class. So sum of currency.
Ooh, we can do this.
And I actually remember that because I was editing that episode not too long ago. So that was still kind of fresh in my head.
Okay, class, let's get started.
I like how this person actually has an E. Miss how do they even pronounce that? Chuno? Chono? Chono? I don't know how to actually pronounce that name. But I believe she was our English teacher, actually. Today's the third day of exams. Go ahead and get started. What did the Greek philosopher Socrates say that evil is born from? Oh, Christ. Ignorance, desire, and currency. I would say it's probably from desire. I honestly do not remember this at all. But I'm going to say it's desire. That doesn't seem right. Okay, well, that's not right. The least number of colors needed to paint. Oh! I remember this. It's 4.
Ooh, we can do this.
I have no idea what that question was then. Maybe it was ignorance and not, maybe it was supposed to be ignorance? I have no idea. Ironically, that was the Socrates thing there. Was what I got wrong in the beginning as well. So it's kind of fitting that I also get it wrong here on the exam. Ended up pulling an all-nighter once I realized today is the last day of exams. Yeah, of course you did. You staying up studying? No, I doubt he studied. Probably just ended up playing video games. Called it. Yeah, I know the feeling. You're failing for sure. How mad? Yeah, you're failing for sure. It'll be fine. Nobody expects anything of me anyway. That's a very good point. Morning. Look who else is yawning. Exams are almost over, so I thought I'd make one last effort to cross the finish line. Of course you'd think that's impressive. Pretty much anything she says you think is impressive. You're quite different from this stupid monkey, I know. I'm not touching that one. I know he's talking about Ryuji, but come on. Don't give me that crap. Your brain's tiny compared to mine. Size is meaningless if there's nothing inside you.
What was that?
I'm pretty sure you heard that. Will you please shut up? You're gonna make me forget everything I memo... Huh? Am I imagining things? You need the bathroom. No. She's told you twice now that she feels like she's been being watched. You need the bathroom? Come on. What is that even? You see a groper or something? See, that's actually a fair question in this general area. No, that's not it. It's nothing. I don't think it's nothing.
Oh my god, that guy got off. Isn't this bad? Hey, at least act like you care.
Fine. Come on.
Oh, Ryuji plan. This can't be good.
Hey, are you sure it's him, or are you just that self-conscious?
I'm not that.
Is there something you want?
That's my line. You are the one stalking me.
Stalking you? That's outrageous.
I know you've been following me ever since the train.
That's because...
My goodness. I had wondered why you left the car, so this is where your passion led. All is well that ends well.
I saw you from the car, and I couldn't help myself from chasing after you. I didn't even notice the calls from Sensei, but thank goodness I caught up to you.
Okay.
What?
You're the woman I've been searching for all this time. Please, won't you?
Wait a minute,
Be the model for my next art piece.
Model?
Not what you were thinking, was it, Anne?
All that I've drawn till now has been lacking, but I feel a passion from you unlike anyone else.
Actually, I kind of like how he's being referred to here as an unforeseen boy.
This man's highly suspicious.
Well, of course, he's shown an interest in Anne and you don't know him.
Ain't this a recruit for some shady business?
It actually kind of does sound like that. Largely because we don't know who this person is.
Will you cooperate with me? What do you say?
Hold your horses. Who are you anyways?
Oh, where are my manners? I'm a second year at Kosei High's Fine Arts Division. My name is Yusuke Kitagawa.
Kitagawa is what he said there? That really should... They got Yusuke right, but Kitagawa should be Kitagawa.
I'm Madarame-sensei's pupil, and I am being allowed residence at his place. I'm striving to become an artist.
Huh? Do you mean that Madarame? The one who was on Good Morning Japan the other day?
The very same.
You know who that is?
He's a big shot artist that's been on the news.
He was introduced as a super famous Japanese-style artist who's been recognized all over the world. But we heard that name the other day in Mementos.
Yes, we did.
Yusuke!
I'm sorry, Sensei. I'll be right there.
That old guy's Madarame?
Madarame-sensei's exhibition will begin at the department store near the station tomorrow. I'll be there to help out on opening day. Please come by. It'd be great if you could give me your answer in regard to being a model then. I bet you have no interest in the fine arts, but I'll give you tickets too.
Well, he's direct to the point and very, I want to say unobservant of the others here, like their reactions, sort of thing. Very narrow-minded.
Well then, I hope to see you there tomorrow.
That guy's as easy to read as a book. You're not planning on going, are ya?
I think I will. Crap, look at the time. I'll see you later.
How dare he go after Lady Ann? I've memorized that face of yours, Yusuke.
Of course. What are you gonna do, though? You're a cat. Oh, Sai has something to say now.
You became acquainted with Madarame's pupil by chance? That's a little too convenient. It makes me wonder if you're even telling the truth.
Well, as far as I know, I am.
So be it. What I want to know most is your method.
Wouldn't that be a real big kick in the pants? You get to the end of this and you find out he's actually just been making shit up this entire time?
It's true that Madarame was an unforgivable criminal worthy of the scorn thrown at him. He was an adult who cultivated his own fame and fortune by sacrificing the livelihood of children.
Okay. So they just outright tell us this instead of letting us find out as we progress. Okay. That's another choice I don't exactly agree with. Because now we see that coming, it's going to be less of a shock.
But how did you discover such horrible deeds that were hidden all these years in such a short time?
In the metaverse, I don't remember. This is going to piss her off. Staying quiet is probably going to piss her off. In the metaverse, she's probably going to be doubtful of that despite everything we've said so far. So I'm just going to stay quiet, actually.
Fine. Let's suppose that people's hearts can be changed by stealing their treasure, like you've said.
Okay, let's go down this route.
If so, a different suspicion arises.
Okay, and what would that be?
People have gone mad or lost consciousness, never to recover, like the subway accident in April.
Okay, that's a fair point.
Depending on how you look at it, that could be taken as a phenomenon for a sudden change of heart too.
Not quite. Their personalities have changed, not shut down.
Were you related to those as well?
I don't want to say. I don't know. I don't want to say? Why is that an option? Up to this point, we have never seen any evidence that what we are doing causes that. Yes, it's definitely arguable that it's similar, but the end result is drastically different. So, a drastic change in their behavior, going psychotic and whatnot there, yeah, it's the opposite end of the spectrum from them just like weighing heavily from guilt and turning themselves in and confessing crimes and everything they've done. Like, it's a similar occurrence, it's just on the opposite end of the spectrum. But again, we have seen no evidence to say that what we're doing could do that. So why is this even a thing? I don't want to say, or I don't know. As far as we know right now, at least, we do know that it's not us. What are these options? Well, at least he shook his head no with staying quiet there.
I see. Fine. Continue telling me about Madarame's case. Keep it concise and only of the truth.
That's what we've been doing so far, isn't it? Oh, yeah, right, it's the last day of exams. That's why we skipped right to this. Yeah, some of those were tough. Oh yeah, this is based on our knowledge.
Yep.
Wasn't too bad. You should have gotten a decent score, right? Now, I have seen that if you get all the answers correct and you have rank 2 knowledge, you end up with seemingly the top of your class. So I don't know what this will do for us now. We got one wrong.
It's over.
It's over.
I love that. Drastically different responses. Happy and just, oh god.
How about you?
It's over. I'm not worrying about it. I feel fairly confident. I got one question wrong.
You traitor!
What? You should have studied.
Anyways, can we stop talking about the exams? Like it or not, they're gonna come back graded next week. Rather than focus on stuff that's over with.
What are you looking at?
The usual site. It's no use. There ain't any useful info. The number of posts are getting less and less too.
Well, because the excitement is dying down.
I am not letting this end as a one-hit wonder, okay?
There's no point in getting antsy, though. I know. Why don't we go eat lunch somewhere? We still have some money left over from the other day.
I'm actually really hungry myself.
I want sushi then, or domestic raised eel.
Domestic raised eel? Okay, sure.
We don't have that much left. Oh, right! There are those tickets to Madarame's exhibit. Wait, that's tomorrow.
Don't tell me. Was it love at first sight with that Yusuke guy?
I doubt it. She seemed a little more taken aback and sort of creeped out by him.
It's not like that.
Of course not.
Yeah, she's probably maybe using this as a way to get information on Madarame.
When I was watching Watching that special on TV, his artwork was pretty nice. Plus, we've got free tickets.
Okay, and there's also that.
Besides, this could also be related to what we heard in Mementos.
Alright, just like I thought. See, I like Anne. She uses her head, unlike a certain blonde buffoon we know.
Madarame, was it?
Speak of the devil. Maybe coincidence? I don't know. No, I definitely am curious too.
That aside, what should I do about the other 2 tickets? Want to go appreciate some fine arts for once?
I don't think he can.
Fine arts, huh?
You know what, to be honest though, I kind of agree with that too. I'm not a big art person myself. It's not really for me. It's not to say I don't see something every now and then that catches my eye that looks pretty good, but you would never catch me going to something like this. It's not up my alley.
I suggest we should all go together.
Will they let a cat inside?
Appreciating the fine arts builds character. A phantom thief who can't identify an original is lame.
Well, I know he's trying to be kind of like, I don't know, he's trying to kind of bring this around with some humor and basically say that, hey, Anne wants to go, let's go, it'll be good for the Phantom Thieves. I think that's what he's getting at, but at the same time, what he just said there, identifying an original, is definitely a useful trait. So if you can actually see through something like that, it could be useful, especially in the metaverse. I don't think that's actually going to be a thing, but...
Well, if everyone's going...
Of course, sure. If everyone else is going, we might as well.
It's settled then.
You know, you could just stay home. Yeah, I personally am not that interested in, but for the fact that it could lead to some information, it's worth checking out. That alone makes it
Just
worth
the
it.
phrase going to an art exhibit sounds kind of mature. Let's meet at the exhibit entrance tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow we go to that exhibit with Anne. With Lady Anne, of course. I'm curious to know if this Madarame has anything to do with the name we heard in Mementos. It probably is, considering we heard that from the guy in Mementos. He said that his old teacher threw him out on the street afterwards, and he was done with him, and like that ruined him essentially. And this guy is a world-renowned artist, and we've now heard Yusuke referring to him as Sensei. This kind of all seems like, yeah, it's probably the same person. Or at least it's very likely to be the same person. Whatever the case may be, we can't be late. Better get to bed early. Alright, so, keep thinking about what Nakanohara said. I couldn't remember his name. Could he have been talking about the famous artist Madarame? Yeah, I was just talking about that. It sounds about right. Nice catch. Actually, yes, nice catch. Let's throw her. Throw her some praise in that. It's a pretty rare last name. I have no comment on that. I don't know Japanese culture and names and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, you guys ever heard of someone else called Madarame? No, I personally haven't, but I don't live in the right country. It's really not a common name at all. If what we heard is true, Kitagawa-kun is studying under a corrupt teacher. You mean a teacher who treats people like tools? Yeah, definitely got that impression from the other guy. Kitagawa-kun's life is probably pretty terrible. We gotta look into this. Oh, isn't it lucky we have an inn for that? Can I use my houseplant? It still looks healthy. Are you gonna let me do anything? Really? Really? Just because we had exams today? Seriously?
Hey!
Wow, you can go out another time. You should rest up after you've just finished your exams. Really? Really? Why? Why? Next up, entertainment. Exhibition featuring Japanese artist Ichirusai Madarame opens tomorrow in Shibuya. Anticipation for the exhibition is high, with specials broadcast on TV and great ticket sales. That did make sense. That's what it was. Yeah. If it's that old guy, I didn't think you would be actually famous. Well, we are at about 35 minutes, so we are going to call it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully you'll come back next time to see what goes on at that art exhibition. Until then, take care, you hear?